Hey everyone, welcome back. This is the first episode, week one, week two of Sam's League podcast. I'm here with Jack, Dan, and Spotty Service Cole. He may or may not drop in and out, maybe listen to a couple snaps, who knows. Um, Couple quick hits for the Fantasy League last week. Dan beat me in historically bad fashion. He's actually got the second lowest points in our league right now with 74.44, but somehow he's in sixth place. Demps over Brendan, Chris over Dick Foles, Jack over Nick Holes. Those two we need to adjust something like that. I'm not gonna know who's who. Oops, I Farted needs to change his name because he lost to Scott's Tots, and Joe eked out a win over the Gruesome Twosome. Two things I'd like to say real quick. I hate Alex and Chris for all of what seems to be two pretty good teams this year. Notable injuries otherwise. Greg Olson's down, Delaney Walker, Doug Baldwin, Rodgers. Are we thinking Aaron Rodgers?
Yeah, it's still not confirmed about his status. He should play, considering he finished the game, but
Thank you, sideline reporter Dan there. Marquise Goodwin, Leonard Fournette's week to week, Devonta Freeman, and I don't know who Henway is, but I'm sure I'm going to hear a joke about it.
Henway weighs about 2 or 3 pounds.
Yeah, oh, God. I avoided the Ligma. Couldn't avoid Henway. But let's get into it. Let's best starts of the week. Jack, do you want to lead us off with this?
Yeah, I thought this was a pretty silly segment for the first week, with all due respect to our podcast as a whole. Because, if you didn't start the guys that you drafted, that's kind of your own fault. But yeah, everybody gets a good week one pass for me. Next week, not so much.
Dan?
Yeah, I have to agree with Jack 100%. Although I drafted a player who was suspended for the first 4 games, who would typically be my lineup, so I did have a decision to make. And it was a damn good one with Kenny Galladay getting over 100 yards. So pat on my back, helped me to that 74-62.
A real barn burner. Cole, do you have anyone, or are you just going to talk some shit?
I think Joey Bofa was a really good start this week.
He's going to grab both of your nuts, or how's that work? Okay. So
that was forced. That wasn't good.
All of Cole's jokes are forced.
Defensive side of the football, but let's go to my best start was probably Emmanuel Sanders. Absolutely tremendous outing this past weekend for the Broncos. Really put up good numbers, and Emmanuel is a name that you hear in the Bible, and he put up God's numbers this week, Broncos. So it was a good start.
So Cole doesn't know what happened on the week because he's in the bigger misses or duds because he was on my bench. He would have won me my terrible matchup, but
That fucking sucks.
so continuing on, I think Chris had a good start. I don't think with AP, I don't think he really had any options there because Lev Bell was sitting, waiting to get paid by somebody else. But kudos to Chris. But fuck you, no one likes you. Biggest misses and duds, I guess. Cole's is Sanders sitting on my bench. Dan, do you have any?
Yeah, I also gave advice to this guy this first week and told him not to start 2 Vikings running backs, yet he did.
Just doesn't listen.
Drafted.
He's a rogue.
Well, not even that. He drafted Crowell about 2 or 3 rounds before Latavius Murray. So as Jack said, week one you should start the guys that you drafted earlier. So he would have gotten the victory, actually, by 1 point had he done that.
Really?
He would have, yeah. Big upset to Joe would have been. It would have been well on his way to Rookie of the Year, too.
Yeah. Well, he's got to fight with Chris now. It's going to be a real dogfight out there. Okay. Jack, who do you have?
Okay.
Great transition, Sam.
I didn't hear anything you just said. You broke up pretty hard.
Yeah.
So getting away from that, again, Jack, best start to the week.
LeBron James kicked the butt out of his opponent. I believe it was Brendan McNichol. But he did start Kyle Rudolph in his flex over Chris Thompson, which was a little silly.
I think Debs had like 90 or 80 points on his bench alone. He would have wiped the floor with half me and Dan.
He's continuing his streak of great drafting to start the year.
Let's see how he fucks this one up. Yeah.
How many weeks will last this year, but Kyle Rudolph should not have started over Chris Thompson.
No. And I think we're out of misses and duds. It's the whole, I'm going to say my whole lineup just absolutely pooped their pants. So congrats to me for a great week 1. But moving on to week 2, we'll get some previews going. First one's actually hopefully a good match this week. It's me versus Cole, 12 versus 9. Dan, thoughts on this? Dan, did you leave the room?
Can you guys hear me all right?
Now we can. Yeah.
Can you hear me? All right. Yes, I have Sam versus Cole. Sam's a 12, Cole a 9. Projected to be 93 to 93. Decimal points excluded, so it should be a good matchup. Sam decides to throw in Sanders over Hogan. Sitting Larry Fitzgerald as well. So we'll see how this plays off for the commish. Overall, I like Sam's team this week a lot. I like him to score over 62 points.
Fingers crossed.
I'll give Sam the edge, 87-71.
Wow.
87-71 Sam with the win.
Did you hear that, Cole?
I wanted to let him go, but how dare you disrespect me like that?
I'm not disrespecting to you. I'm disrespecting your shit-ass team.
What, you mean all the fucking stars on there? Yeah, that's disrespectful to the Galaxy and the stars. So.
Okay, so quality analysis on both ends there, from the Galaxy to the shit-ass talk. Jack, who do you have? Battle of the Fallons, actually. Joe versus Dan, 6 versus 5. Oh, I messed that up. 5 versus 6. The previews, why don't you break it down for us?
Yeah, the Fallons, right off the bat, getting to play each other here. Both got off to a good start. Luckily, Dan got off to a 1-0 start because he's going to need it after this week. Unfortunately, my good friend Dan, I don't think I see him winning this week. The Steelers are primed to go off as long as Big Ben plays. You know, they always do better at home against the poor Kansas City defense. So Juju and Antonio Brown are in for a big game. Seattle's defense just isn't what it was. Jordan Howard is a stud. And Dan currently has no kicker and some injured running backs and injured wide receivers. So it's going to be tough this week. I do like Mike Williams, though. I think he could have a big week against a bad Buffalo team and start seeing his potential. But unfortunately, Derrick Henry will be taking this one. Fortunately for Dan, that is. And unless, the Chargers could have about 30 defensive points against the Bills. They're that bad.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's a real possibility.
But I see Joe taking this one 108.35 to 96.24.
Ooh, closer than they predicted. Okay.
I'll take that.
I'll wrap this first half up. We have a 3 versus 4 matchup. Jack versus Demps. Let's see if Demps can hold on to his ways right now. It's projected 105.99. Jack over Demps, but they also have Kareem Hunt at 14 points. I think he's still going to struggle week 2. Andy Reid's going to forget he's on the team. I like Tak's team. I think Amari Cooper might struggle as well against Denver, but I think he ekes it out in a win. Close one. Thank God Demps has got Thompson back in his lineup. Julio's primed for another big week against Carolina. And hopefully he finds someone to replace Goodwin. Otherwise, he might be SOL. Well, he's got Cobb on the bench. And Lockett. Lockett might be a big play for him this week. So I think it's a close one, but I think Jack takes it 110-108. Cole, to you.
Did you guys like my fart?
Nope. It smells like beef and cheese. But Cole, I think you have an ad read for us, or something along those lines.
Yes. This particular sponsor did send in a video recording, so I will play it to you now. Hitting play. This comes to you from the real case files of Trikel and Trikel. Hey, my name's Brandon McNichol. I got hit with. I hurt my.
I'm sorry, it seems we lost Cole. Let's see if we can get him back. You there, Cole? I don't know, I guess we won't hear the end of that ad read. Oh, nope, he's breaking back in. What do we got?
Alright, hold on. Whew. And I hit my head at Trikel was there for me when you got it first. I got all my friends. Trikel. But I only have one friend. Her name's Kelly. And I hang out with her all the time. But I told her to go to Kelly. And she ever gets hurt big. Trikel, Esquire. Call us. We're in the court. We're scoring touchdowns whenever you need it. No more Hail Marys for you.
Wow. We got some high quality sponsors this year.
We're also the official sponsor of the podcast this year is Simon's Do Goods.
Oh yeah.
Popular bar downtown.
Our popular
Great pizza down there.
Our good friend hooked us up with that one.
Mugsy's giving us each $10 a podcast just to promote it, so.
Yeah.
On top of the normal friend fees. But getting back to the breakdowns, I think I'll go next with Chris and Nick Holes, which is apparently Buck. Buck was actually finished 7th last week. Probably should have. He had the highest score for a losing team, so he probably should have won last week. I think right now he's projected to lose by 5, 99-94. As long as Rodgers is back, he's got a solid team throughout. Kerryon Johnson should do some work against San Fran. I like Buck's team. I think it's going to be hard to go against Kamara and Kelsey. Oh, yeah, Kelsey can't shit himself again. Peterson, he will have a good week against Indiana, but I don't know how long that train lasts. But I say Buck ekes it out. He wins this one, and not in convincing fashion, but just enough to win. Gets by 96-93. Let's go to the next matchup would be Jack. We have Brendan versus Schmidt, 11 versus 10, trying to get out of that basement. What do you got?
Well, let's just look at the left side of my computer screen here, and let's just go down the list here. We got questionable, healthy, questionable, out, healthy kicker defense for Brendan McNichol. John Schmidt might pitch a shutout this week against Brendan.
He's only projected to be up by 4 right now with an out player.
It's quite amazing. So hopefully Brendan checks his team. Hopefully he has about a good luck and good health from now until Sunday. Otherwise, actually I shouldn't say otherwise. I think I'm going to say either way. I don't believe he wins this game. John, who is using Jared Goff as a stopgap until Carson gets back. I like McCaffrey and Freeman to have some bounce back weeks this week, and Dick Foles is going to take this one in big fashion. 106-42 to 73-81.
Oh, wow. 73.81, I heard.
Yes. Not
Wow.
7,381. That'd be a big week.
Taking the Bernie's name and shoving it right in the ground. Go Brendan. Let's do the last matchup. Here we go. Alex, Scott's Tots taking on the fearsome, gruesome twosome of Bill and Ryan. First time owners. Let's see how they do in their second week. 1 versus 8. Dan, what do you got?
Yeah. You know what? I like this for the match of the week, actually. I think it's going to be a relatively high-scoring game from Alex. And I think the system is going to put out a valiant effort. I look at Alex's team, though. I do not think Melvin Gordon, James Conner are in for huge weeks this year, or this week. I think James Conner is going to come down a little bit because I see the Steelers passing the ball a lot at home, trying to just take advantage of not that strong of a KC secondary.
Mm-hmm.
But I see Phillip Rivers having a huge game because I think Chargers are going to get up and pass. They're going to get up big on Buffalo. They're not going to waste a lot of time handing it off to Melvin Gordon. I still see him getting about 10 to 15, but I don't think he's going to have a huge 25-plus week. However, Alex just has a top-to-bottom, just fantastic team. I do think he's going to eke this one out 114 to 111.
Oh, wow. Big points from the rookies. And those are our previews of the week. Let's shout over to Cole and see what we got cooking in the rumor mill. What's flavor of the day, Cole?
We don't have a rumor. I think we have a quick segment. And it is titled, If This Member of the League Were a State, Which State Would They Be? We're going to really focus in on a couple of people this week. We're going to talk about John Schmidt. We decided as a vacation that John Schmidt would be the state of Oregon.
Oregon, eh? How come, Cole? I can't really hear you.
A lot of hipsters out there, really close to Seattle and the Starbucks coffee scene. So have a really good idea that John would be Oregon if he were a state. Then we're going to move a little bit south of that. A little bit south, I mean, we're going to move south of that border of California. That's where we're going to find the gruesome twosome. Two guys getting together really sounds like something would happen in California. Next state San Francisco is in, and it's famous for, gruesome twosomes.
Gay butt sex.
We're going to slide over to the East Coast. We're going to go to Massachusetts, where we find Boston, really annoying. That's where we find Chris. So Chris is the Massachusetts of all the states. And those were the three I wanted to focus on. We go down the list. We have Sam Schmucker in Michigan. We have Jack Libitor down in North Carolina. We have Brendan in Texas. We have myself as Pennsylvania, just because it is the greatest state of all time, so it makes sense. Dan Fallon up in Minnesota. And I forget who else is in the league, and if I didn't mention you, my bad.
We'll go through these as the weeks go on, and looks like we got our plates full with it.
Buck, you're in Oklahoma, and then Joe Fallon down there in Florida.
Okay.
And then we have
Alex, where you got him? And Dems, I think.
Oh, he's up there with Chris. Him and Chris are both from Massachusetts because they're annoying.
How about Dems?
Oh, New York, because he thinks he's cool, but he's actually not.
And we'll keep going through these as the year goes further. I'm sure we'll get more in-depth analysis week by week. But good start to the podcast. You guys got anything to say before we sign off here? Cole, you got anything else?
hope everybody loses this week and I'm the only one who wins.
Always sage advice. Jack?
It's almost closer to the time of my shitty trade offer, so stay alert.
Oh, I'm surprised I haven't gotten one yet. Jack or Dan, who you got?
I said it before and I'll say it again. If I don't win the championship this year, I will quit the league.
And I'll hold you to that, you big piece of shit. All I got is watch out for Team Skinny Fat. They're on the ultimate weight loss, and they're gonna cut some people. You better watch out. But if you got anything else, suck a dick and enjoy the podcast. Later.